Well, I'm here in Wasilla, fixing to board the train here in a few minutes. I'm gonna head to Fairbanks and then to Chena, check out the Ice Museum and the hot springs and all that. And a pretty long ride from here to Fairbanks. I think it leaves here, I get on at 9:45, supposed to get to Fairbanks about 8 o'clock this evening, so should be a pretty cool ride. So this is a little train station here in Wasilla, Alaska. There's I'm standing out here waiting. I got this little impression in the concrete. That's kind of cool. So kind of see this is where you get on the train that stops here in Wasilla. It'll be a fun little trip. So Wasilla Lake right across the road there. Looking forward to it. This is the open air car. Pretty fancy ride.
Step off the train, we are running on time. This train is over
Coming up on Talkeetna.
Warning that the doors are going to close. It's going to be a verbal all board time. Train side, listen for that all board. Do not wander off. Do not use the railings on the platform. Do not wander off and get down. You will miss the train. If you are going to smoke a cigarette, you also did a couple days ago. And if you go out, it's the first of the year.
Coming into Talkeetna.
Once again, folks, as a reminder, trains don't leave until they call the train. You are stepping off the train at your own risk. Stay train side and listen.
We're coming up on the Talkeetna terminal.
dispatch decides this.
That's a lot of railroad ties.
Yeah, it is.
Greater priority. And as Alaska Railroad passenger trains, we have one of the lowest priorities on the railroad. So there's a very good chance that we will be stopping. Though you never know. So either way, we will see the train. It looks like it will be on the right-hand side. So if you'd like a nice photo of those locomotives, I recommend getting your cameras out to the right-hand side. Now on the right-hand side here, we're seeing a bunch of boulders, also known as dinosaur gravel. Now, this stuff is used mostly for retaining walls, but some of it is sent over to be turned into gravel. Do a visual inspection of both sides of that consist in order to confirm that there are in fact no by. It's coming up to Bravo car right now, so make sure you've got your cameras out. If you'd like some photos of the engine, we have both paint styles on this consist right here, so if you don't like the first one, you can definitely see the second one as well. Feel free to wave back to the passengers in that train, or, you know, just stare at them like creepy people, I guess. I prefer waving, but you can take your pick. Now, after that train has passed us by, we have to contact dispatch once again. Both trains have to independently verify that they have passed the other one, or that the other one has passed them. Then we will be given authority to travel along the section of track that they just finished traveling along, and we will be right back.
That is a
on our
pile
way.
of railroad spikes.
I meant to tell you earlier this morning, if I drowse off, like, and you see something spectacular, wake me up. Even if I don't, good. It's green so far. It's marbly colors, and then it has
Now on the right-hand side, possibly also on the left-hand side. Look down here, the crack stuck the Statue of Liberty at the bottom of this gulch. We will be at about eye level with her torch right now. For those of you that haven't seen the Statue of Liberty before or haven't visited it, it'll take about 6 seconds for it to hit the ground. Now, although this bridge is over 100 years old and still uses many of the original components, it is very much stress tested every single day to ensure that it is entirely safe for all passengers trying to travel across this bridge. So not to worry.
country. By the way, this is the Denali Star that we're riding on. Clouds are definitely hiding the top of the mountains today. lots of beetle kill in this area.
Not going to interrupt their video.
Check your luggage to the Denali Star. You can find them at the depot where the wraparound flag, the wraparound porch, and between the two flags, the Alaska flag and the American flag. If your luggage ticket says the name of your hotel, don't worry about it. Your hotel will collect them from the depot and take them to your room. Shuttle service is available and your representative will be awaiting near their shuttles with signs letting you know which hotel or service they are with. If you've enjoyed your ride with us today, please pull the QR code out of your ticket jacket, scan it, and let us know about your ride today. If this is your final destination, we want to thank you for joining us today. If you are continuing on with us, you'll have about 10 minutes at the Denali Depot. It is not enough time to get to some of the surrounding areas. So we ask that you stay close enough to hear the all aboard. Keep your boarding pass with you as you will need it to get back on board the train. If you are stepping off for a smoke break, we ask that you do so in the designated smoking area away from the doors. Once we do arrive, we ask that you stay in your seats until the horn sounds and the train comes to a complete stop. Give our staff a moment to grab the stairs for you before exiting the train.
Last time I had my fashion.
crossed another highway without running over anybody.
So in just a few minutes, we will be arriving at the Denali Star. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and put your seats in there. We do ask that you stay in your seats until the train comes to a complete stop and the horns sound. Give our staff an opportunity to grab the stairs before exiting the train. On behalf of myself and the rest of our onboard
Here we are coming into Denali. It's a pretty big train stop. And on this side, you got a runway or a landing strip. That is the town of Denali. Do a lot of whitewater rafting on that. water down there.
But I was like, I talked to you about it. I'm like, guys, I haven't done that for the whole piece.
Just more alcoholic beverages after you're too inclusive, you can do so. Just let your bartender know. If you'd like to get any snacks from our Bistro Cafe, you're also welcome to do so. It is located right behind this car. However, if you do visit the cafe, make sure you bring your Gold Star pin, your boarding pass if you're going to have alcohol on that side, and your credit or debit card if the snacks are for purchase, and we are a cashless train. But even though we're a cashless train, if you do wish to tip your servers or bartender in cash gratuity, you may do so. It is appreciated and accepted. If I have anybody who is in need of the lift operator, we do have one here in the back of the car. Please let one of our onboard staff members know. That's anyone in the black. And in fact, you can even put a jacket or blanket over your head to reduce the lights inside the coach. Now our top speed throughout Healy Canyon is 25 miles an hour. So again, there is quite a few options of photos throughout this section. And we will want to keep our eyes off on the opposite side of the water there, as we will quite possibly see some of our doll sheep. Now, as we head under Moody Bridge, we are officially exiting the Denali Park and Preserve. Originally established as McKinley Park and Free, it does encompass 6 million square acres and is for the preservation of all the animals within its borders. Now, Moody Bridge is known by locals as the Windy Bridge, as there are winds clocked upwards of 90 miles an hour throughout this area. And the Moody Bridge normally has a windsock on it for oncoming motorists to be able to see the wind speeds and make their choices accordingly. Now, while we are going to be watching out for these gel sheets, you'll be looking for a lovely ivory color up against this black face. They do stand out very well and tend to be up in the upper elevation. If you see them before I do, please make as much noise as you can, as your neighbors will want to see the same thing that you are. We'll be running parallel to the Nenana River for quite a while. The Nenana River is glacially fed, and it does have glacial silt suspended in it, which explains the murky gray color. Because it's glacially fed, it does maintain an extremely cold temperature, about 34 degrees, throughout the entirety of the year. Even in our warmest days of summer, this does maintain that 34 degree temperature. And it's not uncommon for you to see whitewater raptors down there. The rapids are Class 5. Not due to how severe or extreme these rapids are, mostly due to the temperature of the water. You do have to have an absolute airtight suit to take these whitewater raptors down here. They've had them before every rest.
I'm not getting in your way, am I?
Will take them out of service.
You can get on up there closer if you want. It's quite a drop right there in the water, isn't it?
They closed that one down.
Oh, they closed that one car. I see it's empty.
Okay. That'd be all right.
They're together.
Well, there we go. Let me get those things like that.
Okay.
Like I said, that's all I'm doing. I was gonna do a paddle board, but I don't know if there's so many paddle boards or certain.
No, there's just
Okay.
there's a resort out there. It's at the end. The road ends there.
Okay. This is the one.
Yes.
This is the one that's all day.
Yeah. This one is in the morning and then.
Got rain on the windows now. Bummer.
We have a permanent bridge that you can see there to the left. That is Mears Memorial. Had already achieved the impossible by building the Panama Canal. So when asked, he collected his men and his equipment, came up here to Nenana, and completed this bridge. He built it on rollers to allow for the expansion and contraction that made it the impossibility. But his impossibility was a success. This is what we use today, the Mears Memorial Bridge, 702 feet, with 42 trestles. This is one of the longest bridges on the Alaska Rail. on the left just after is the Museum of the North. And the Museum of the North is arguably one of the best museums in the state. They have a full mammoth carcass that they pulled out of a glacier. It's in its entirety except for one small bit that showed up out of the glacier before everything else, which is how they found it. That part has, well, it didn't survive, but there is.
Well, here we are coming into the Fairbanks terminal. That's the end of the train ride. It's been a pretty awesome experience. It's really get to see some really cool country, really amazing views. It's a pretty neat experience.
Engine. Well, good.